Right spot? Okay, cool. Hi guys, today, I'm so used to saying today we're going to talk about. This is not going to be your normal FX3 review, where I'm going to go over all the functions, buttons, and really how the camera operates. If you guys want to do that, go check out some videos on YouTube. There's a plethora of them that explain all that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how I've used it the last 30 days in my actual professional career. How it really functions. Is it really worth the upgrade for myself? What are some of the things I like about it and I don't like? So let's talk about how I use this camera over the last month in my professional career. I do want to mention is the price on the camera. It's a $4,000 camera. Sometimes you can find it a little bit cheaper, and it's a little bit more expensive with some of the accessories. But this thing performs astronomically well compared to my Sony a7 III and a7R III. One of the things that I absolutely love about it is the ISO capabilities. We did quite a few shoots over the last month where we had a very low light situation. So I was able to crank up the ISO anywhere from 8,000 to 12,000 and still be able to get back into the editor, edit it up, and have very nice clean ISO. We'll pop up some video here of a shoot we did with a local fitness model, and I think the ISO is around 6,000 to 8,000, and you can see how clean this video footage looks. Another thing that I ran into, because I just did not do enough research when I was getting this sent out to me, was that it needs a faster SD card, A-type, which are very expensive. So what I ended up doing is just ordering the 64 gig card. I think it was $40, $50 for 64 gigs, 300 megabytes, because I just didn't want to spend a bunch of extra money on media, or especially media that is specific for this that I won't be using later on, or maybe until I buy the camera. Because of that faster card, we're able to get the full quality out of this camera, and let me tell you, it looks absolutely beautiful.
Feared, a true man will be respected.
One of the things that I did find kind of difficult coming from an older camera model into this model and learning over the last month was the new camera menu system. It was a little confusing finding certain things in the menu system, setting them up, programming them, setting up my individual function buttons. But again, like with the a7 III, once I learned how to do it, it was very easy to navigate and very comfortable. So yes, there is a small learning curve when it comes to the new menu system, but once you get adjusted to it, you're gonna be able to breeze right through it and be able to set up anything and everything the way you want. One of the things that I found difficult, which I didn't like, and I believe you can remap it, not 100% sure, did not try, is I do a lot of vertical shooting for a lot of my clients. Because we do a lot of social media, everyone wants vertical. Horizontal is kind of dead, except for like the YouTube format, I feel like, unfortunately. So you got to think vertically in life now. But I shoot like this a lot of times. Again, bring that articulating screen down, fantastic. But I found the joystick placement and the record button for me, the way that my hands fit on this camera, was an odd, uncomfortable feeling. And it was very difficult to make focusing changes and stuff while shooting. So I did a lot of touch screen. But again, if you're in this position like this, you can't really touch your screen and you're going handheld, so you gotta keep it as steady as possible. And I just wish that things like on my a7 III, I'm just so used to having these buttons here and being able to do that navigation there. So the other thing is, which again, I don't know if don't believe there's a Super 35 mode, which you may be used to having in that a7 III, a7R III. I may even be in the a7S III that just came out, but it was great because I could push a button and I could zoom in. So, you know, my 30 millimeter became a 55 millimeter roughly, 35 mode or APS-C mode. And I did not see that as an option, which I really, really liked, because sometimes while shooting a wedding or something like that, you got to punch in. So those are my few cons that I had with the camera. The autofocus worked very well with my lenses. We found that the low light capabilities on this is substantial, which is absolutely huge for us. Get something like an Atomos Ninja 5 Plus. Connect to this, it's a field recorder. So all you're doing is just turning the camera on, and the monitor that's connected to it will send an HDMI out and right into the monitor. And I believe you can get 14 to 16 color bit depth, which is amazing if you think about it, because the field recorder is only $600. So an extra $600 on top of this, and now you're getting 16 bits of color depth, which is just like mind-blowing, to me at least. Is this worth the upgrade? Now again, I said that this goes for around anywhere from $3,600 to $4,000, a little bit more than that. First, something like our A7R III, A7 III, which are probably a little under $2,000, anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000, depending on which camera body and shape that it's in. So it's about double the price of one of those. However, I think it's worth every penny, and I have intentions of purchasing at least one, if not multiple bodies by the end of the year. This is going to change the way that I shoot wedding videography. It's going to make me a better videographer. It's going to make me worth more money because I know how to get 100% out of the product. Let's go! So, I don't know what to say now.